Hello my crafty friends, welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back to my regulars. It's Terry from Veegstez Creates and today I'm going to show you how to use the iCrafter pegboard shelfie set to create this gorgeous card. So essentially you get a large die with lots of holes that I haven't bothered to to poke out the white dots out of, which gives you this pegboard effect. Unless you've been living under a rock for the last couple of years, you'll know that pegboards are really quite in fashion, you know, for people in their study or in their craft room and things to hang things off. So I think this set is so cute. Now I haven't got the official packaging, but basically you get some words. So I've used you, ampersand and me. You get dies for lots of different foliage. You get a little table lamp. You get this little hanging plaque here, and I've put the heart in the middle. You get little plant pots. You get shelves, you get more foliage and a little square as well, so like a little photo frame. So the focus of this video is really showing you or giving tips on when you've got a die set like this, how do you go about making a scene out of it? I sort of used to feel when I was new to crafting that when I saw a set with loads and loads of parts like this, how do I create a scene? It could seem a bit daunting, so I wanted to make this video to take the fear factor out of it for you and to give you some tips. So let's crack on. So I've already gone ahead and die cut out most of the little elements that we will be using. I decided that I wanted the pegboard to look like it's mounted onto a wall. So I've got this paper pack from Craft Consortium with loads of different types of wood patterns in there. So I chose this one which looked like sort of thin panels of wood, and the size of this pegboard die is perfect for a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch, so American size A2 card, to leave that perfect border around the outside. So I've grabbed myself a white card blank, cut that down to 4 1/4 by 5.5, so it completely fills the front of the card, so we won't see any white space. And then if you put that over the top of that, you do see the wood pattern through, and I didn't want that, so I just cut down a panel the same size so that I can glue that behind onto there. And then I used a different paper, another paper from the Craft Consortium kit, this one, and I just trimmed off a little section from the bottom so that I can put this at the bottom of the pegboard so that it looks like a desk. So I'm imagining some sort of setup like I have in my own craft room. I don't actually have a pegboard up, but I do have like a notice board. So in this scenario, there's going to be a desk there, and then several shelves which I've cut out in chrome, so it's sort of metallic silver, so we can have the shelves around, and picture frame hanging, and the desk lamp I thought could be there on the desk. So basically we're just going to sort of play around a bit. So I've used 2 different colours of greens. I've used a grass green and a fern green, just to give a bit of variety to the foliage. And then I've used a blossom pink and a sugared lilac. I used some speciality paper, which is textured and has a slight shimmer to it. But because it's paper, it's not very strong. So I also cut out cardstock so that I can stick that onto there for the little vases. So there's a bit of gluing to be done. There's also the you and me. There's an ampersand somewhere. Yep, on this side, you and me. So I'm just going to sort of have a bit of a play about really, and just sort of so you can see sort of the process of how I would go about designing and scene building, because that's what this video is really all about, is scene building when you've got a die set that's got loads of little different intricate parts, and just sort of how to go about that. So the first things to do are to obviously stick that onto there and stick that onto there. So you don't need to see me do that. So I'll just chop that bit out and then I'll come back in a second. Okay, so I've gone ahead and stuck down the pegboard, the wallpaper and the desk, and then I've just been playing about with positioning things. I also cut out the you and me out of some nice teal cardstock. I thought it would be nice, you know how you can get those like big block letters and people tend to put them on shelves, so I thought that would look really nice. None of this is stuck down. I cut this out of white cardstock, fully intending to stick on the pink heart, and I'm just going to colour the bottom and the top in brown, just so that it's obvious that like they're wood and that's a bit of twine. These markers have got like a very skinny end and a brush end, so I'm just using the skinny end just to run across the bottom, just to give that a bit of colour. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could do paper piecing, so you could have cut this out of a number of different colours of cardstock and then done it like that. But I think because it's such a small thing, that would be a massive faff, and especially when it's quite an intricate thing that we're doing anyway. You know, I mean, I personally really enjoy putting together small die cuts and scene building, and hopefully you will too, by sort of seeing this process if you've been daunted in the past. But yeah, so there we go, you can see how simple that was, just that like dark brown, and then I'm just going to get this lighter colour just for this bit. Using the brush end on this one. There we go. So that just gives that a bit of definition, so it's going to stand out now against the background. I am going to just leave that to dry for a little while. Alcohol markers dry quite quickly, but still we don't want to give it a bit of time. When I added this on, I just placed it at the very end, drew a pencil mark at the edge of the pegboard, and then just trimmed off that. So I think I definitely want, oh, a bit of glue seeped out here as well, so that's what it's wanting to stick. I definitely want my desk lamp in the corner, I've decided. So I'm going to pop that here. And then, so you can see here where I have sort of started to put together a floral arrangement. And because this is so tall, I thought I would put this at on the actual table itself. So we put it about here, and this is just to test it out. Obviously it can be changed. And then have, yeah, that going there. So that looks nice as it is. And then I just sort of added some bits of other foliage there to make it like it's an actual vase of flowers, because obviously you can mix and match these, you know, they can be sort of house plants, so like these ones, which I think they're called like cheese plants or something. the what, like Swiss cheese plants. They're, I think, house plants, so like they can be like in a pot that sort of like lives there all year round. But I'm sort of thinking that this is like more of a bouquet of flowers, which you might put on a table. So hence, I was thinking of doing that. I also cut it out in this pink because I thought that I would have two of them, but actually it might look nice just sort of having the two of them together, because if it is a bouquet of flowers, then obviously you would usually have more than one type of flower. I quite like that, so I think I'm going to do that. But let's just sort of put things in place. Okay, so you see that obviously straight away looks a hell of a lot better than it did. You know, you couldn't just have it white on white. And then let's try and position these letters. You, and I'm sort of thinking I'll have a few letters on each shelf. It's not wanting to cooperate. Sometimes small things like pokey tools and jewel pickers are really handy. So you and me. I thought something like that might look nice. Or did I want to have that over there? That might look nice actually. You and me. And then the flowers over here, and I feel like that should now be over here, so it's sort of going down in a diagonal like that. So then it's looking at our other little things of what we've got. So I definitely want to use this lovely cheese plant. Don't know if it's really called that, but you know what I mean. What size of pot? In that sort of size of pot. Maybe I don't need all the shelves, because I'm just thinking with these being quite tall, there's not going to be enough room necessarily, so let's just try this out. Pop in that there. So that can come a bit higher, and then that can be here. And then we can have the cheese plant leaves and that. You can always cut the stems down as well, they don't have to be that tall. Put something like that. And then what else do we want on here? So we've got this like very sort of squat little plant pot there, which could have these in it. And that's quite cute. And then we could have another cheese plant down here maybe. But this one could sort of be in the foreground, so going sort of over, you would see that, you know, in front of that there. See what I mean? Yeah, I like that. I think that looks really nice. So we've got colour balance. So we've got the dark of the you and me sort of going across. We've got a mixture of the different greens. I think that looks really quite cute. just thinking whether we need anything else. It'd be nice to use a bit more of that purple, but I can't think of anywhere straight away that's like calling to me to use it. But I think that looks really cute, and it's quite balanced, and I think that would be a really nice card for Valentine's Day or an anniversary, something like that, sort of like a non-traditional Valentine's card or anniversary card. I really like that, the way it's so sort of clean and simple, and with some nice detail. So I'm going to take a photo of this, and then I'm going to attempt to get everything in the same place. I'm also going to just cut out with a bit of yellow or gold, something to pop into there on the inside of the lamp, because obviously that bit cut out, and that's like where the bulb would be. Do you know, I might actually just do it in violet, so that as if like the inside of the lamp was violet, and that would just balance that a bit more, so that you haven't only got the lilac in that right hand side, you've also got it there. So when I'm talking about balance, you really just sort of want to have, you know, colours appear multiple times, you know, not everything grouped together, so not all like the dark leaves over one side and the light leaves over the other side, etc. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So I'll cut that out in sugared lilac, and I'll stick everything down, and then I'll be back in a minute with the finished card. And here we go, my crafty friends, the completed card. I must say I am really pleased with this and how it's turned out. If I bring it even closer to the camera, I think it was a really good choice to use the silver for the shelves and the lamp. You can see that as well as just adding a bit of lilac in there, I decided that the whole actual lamp head itself would be lilac as well, because that felt more balanced, and I just think it is adorable. I think it's so clean and simple, but so classy and elegant as well, and again just so versatile. With all of the vases, I've raised them up on foam pads, so that just gives a nice bit of extra dimension as well. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video tutorial, and that it's given you some ideas maybe around how to go about composing a scene when you've got a die set that's got lots of components in it, and sort of how to get to the finished card stage of that. You can also as well mix and match dies from any other collection that you might have. You know, you could easily turn this into a birthday card, for example, if you excluded these, and then just put a happy birthday sentiment on the top, for example, or in the middle. So it is a really versatile design. Yeah, so I absolutely love this, and all of the details for the set and everything that I've used will be down in the description box below. So I would love it if you would leave me some comments on if you like the card, and if you've picked up any tips, and just anything else you want to let me know. So that's all from me for the moment, and I will see and speak to you soon with some more crafty goodness. Bye for now.